What's up YouTube? I just introduced my Yellow Tang, brand new. I just got it today from the pet store I work at. I just introduced it to the tank like 10 seconds ago. I started recording immediately. It's in really good shape. Other than its right pectoral fin's got something on the tip, like a scratch or a parasite or something. I'm a little concerned about that. You can see it in the recording here. Other than that, it's been doing pretty good. When I work at the store, I feed it good, but it doesn't get fed good when the other people are there. But I've been trying to feed it a lot of greens. But I'll try to take care of it in here and bring it back to really good health. There's the Royal Grandma. He didn't come out yesterday. That was the first day I introduced my fish, but he's swimming around now. He's kind of in the dark, but he'll come out again. There he is. See him right there. He came out for a split second. See the purple and yellow? I also got a bunch of snails and crabs I'm going to add. Eventually I'm probably going to add even more to my cleanup crew, like maybe one of those little starfish. And maybe some, there's a tiger snail. I might add one of those, some other stuff. But I just added this Montipora frag to here because it was dying in my tank with my other corals. It was just not getting enough light, and it hasn't been growing. It's actually been dying, so I kind of shocked it by putting it right under a lot of light right here. But it was gonna die anyway, so hopefully I can save it. But we'll see. So I'm gonna be adding my corals pretty soon, in the next day or two. I might even start adding a few today, because I've had this tank up 6 days and I've been adding bacteria every day. So, and I use rock that I already had in a previous tank, so they're cycled. They've been in salt water for over a year. Oh, about a year actually. So I've been trying to speed up the process, so I'm probably ready for corals. I just need to make sure my alkalinity, pH, and trace elements are all stable. So I'm going to be checking for that, and if everything looks good, maybe I'll start adding some today. So, and as far as my fish goes, I had 2 regular clownfish in my old tank, but they both jumped out. It was only a 15 gallon. This is a 56 gallon, so I replaced them with this chocolate domino clownfish. He's about, I don't know, 6 months old. And this guy right here is about 4. This is a premium frostbite. They're both doing really good. They follow each other around. Once I get an anemone in here, they might even spawn. I don't know, I'll see. I've got some snails and crabs in here. You can see a few on top of the rocks. I've got a Bengal cardinal in here, which is almost a year old, very close to a year old. There he is. I had 3. I got rid of one because they were picking on it. And I would have had 2 that made it to a year old, but this one killed one of them because I took out the rocks and they had nowhere to hide for a little bit. So now I'm just down to the 1. Well, I technically only had 2 because I got rid of the 1, but yeah, I only got 1 now. Started with 3. Here's my fire shrimp. He's about a year old, doing really good. Clowns are both doing really good. The Royal Grandma I just showed you. I just saw it in the back of the rock. I don't think I caught it on film though. But the Royal Grandma is not very old, only about a month. I just got it. It's doing really good too. All the fish in here are doing really good. There's a little crab back there by the cardinal. Here's the cardinal. And Royal Grandmas like to hide a lot. Oh, I just scared him. He was out here. Camera doesn't pick him up very well, but he just swims in and out of the rocks. Swims around a little bit when I'm not close to the tank. But this video is mainly about the Yellow Tang, so this is the first footage of it. I literally just released it in here a couple minutes ago. I started recording seconds after I released it. And it's the first tang I've ever owned. It's the first, I guess, kind of big saltwater fish I've ever owned, because all I've ever had were clowns, a Bengal cardinal, Royal Grandma, and that's it. So, but yeah, now I got a tang. I've got some hair algae in here. You can sort of see it, but it's kind of in the shadows. It's hard to see on recording. But yeah, and here's my light. I got a canister, a Sun, a really good canister. Um, got two wave makers on here. 300-watt heater, which is kind of an overkill. You don't need one that powerful. You could go to 200 for a 56, especially for salt water because they don't need it real warm. There's the Royal Grandma, right there. But yeah, and I got the really fine sand. I've got a mix between Life Rock and Texas Holy Rock and some rock from the ocean. This piece right here, that's purple, that was in the ocean. These two pieces right here are the ones I had in my old tank for about a year, and these three are brand new. So. But yeah, the clowns, all the fish are enjoying their much bigger tank. A 15-gallon was just kind of small for them, so they're going to start growing a lot more now, and they're going to do a lot better. And I do plan on trying to add one more fish, maybe two. There's the Royal Grandma. The tang actually wasn't as big as I thought for some reason. I thought the tang when I got it was gonna look too big, and obviously the yellow tang can get a little bit bigger in here. But it's definitely got plenty of room. It'll be good in here for the rest of its life. It's not gonna get to adult size, but it'll grow probably a couple more inches in here and be good. And I would like to try a flame angel, but they kind of do nip at corals, so I'm taking a risk. And I've got a few corals like Akins. I don't know about Euphelias if they nip at those, but I've heard it's mostly SPS. I believe they nip at Zoas and Akins, so I gotta watch out because I see a really nice rock covered in zoanthids that I want to buy. And I gotta watch out because if I get a flame angel, it might eat all the zoas, and that's expensive meal. So I might try the flame angel first, and then if it works out, I'll get the zoas. But I'll see. But I definitely do want to add one more like big centerpiece fish. Like if I had a goby to sift the sand, that'll be cool. But it just kind of hides and sits on the bottom. I need something big. I might get a couple more cardinals, maybe one or two more. If I do get more, I'll probably get two more. But I'm scared it might bother them because this one's already pretty big. But then again, the tank is pretty big, so it'll have room. But I would like to add a angel. You can't really add another tang in here. They might fight because this tank isn't super big. And I didn't even want to add one. Blue tanks get too big, and some of the other ones get too big. And there's some cool angels too, but a lot of them get big. So I want to try a coral beauty or a flame angel, something that can stay in here forever, that doesn't get real big, like a maculosus or French angel or something like that. But yeah, no corals yet, but I'm going to be loading this tank up with corals eventually, and I'll get a couple more fish probably. So yep, here's the first footage of my yellow tang. Hopefully it does good. I've had really good luck with fish keeping in general and freshwater. I've got some really old fish. And in saltwater, I really haven't had anything die other than the Bengai cardinal who killed his tank mate, and then the clownfish that jumped out. So I've been really good with keeping fish alive, so hopefully I can keep this yellow tang alive. It's not in perfect health. It's a little bit malnourished, and it's got something wrong with its right fin. It's got something on the tip of it, but I think with me keeping the water clean here and a good diet, I think it'll probably be okay. So yeah, hopefully it makes it out okay. And here's my light. It's a Wills 165 watt. I've got the white and blue turned all the way up, and I've got a Kessel stand. I did some modifications and got it to stay on there. So I went really cheap with the lights. I wanted to spend more, but I got some help from someone who recommended doing this, so I saved a lot of money, like hundreds of dollars, by doing this, and I still got a good light. Doesn't have the custom mobility that some of the other lights do. But still a good light regardless. It's powerful, and that saves me a lot of money to spend on fish and coral. So once I get the tank stable, if my corals look like they're doing good, maybe I'll drop a lot of money on some nice torches or some nice I don't know, something. But I'll probably have a lot of soft corals and definitely LPS and probably a couple SPS in here too near the top. So yeah, but that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Here's the first footage of my yellow tang and an update on my new tank that I'm absolutely loving right now. And it's gonna be really nice. It's really hot in the summer, and I have got this tank in my basement. It was over 100 degrees today in Chicago, and I went fishing today. I had a great day fishing, and it's nice to come home. I also worked a 9-hour shift, so it's nice to come home where it's nice and cool in my basement and sit down and relax and just look at this tank. So, yep, and my other tanks over there. Alright, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. If you got any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. Peace out.